Hello, everybody. Welcome to Therapy Dog Talk. My name is Sherry. My pups' names are Sunny and Riley, and each week we talk with different therapy dog teams and researchers around the world about the impact that they're making in their area. If you are just getting started or you're not sure where to get started, we have a free guide that you can find at freeguide.therapydogtalk.com. And we also have a community you can join at community.therapydogtalk.com. Today we'll be traveling all the way to the other side of the world, at least from LA, to talk with Ugnė and her dog about their experiences in Lithuania as a therapy dog team. So I'm really looking forward to getting them in here and hearing their story.
Hi,
How are you?
good, thank you. We just came back from training, so freshly nice resting now.
Well, for those who don't know you, would you like to introduce yourself and your pup?
Yeah, of course. My name is Ugnė. I am from Lithuania, living in Vilnius, and this is my dog, Kuna. She's a certified therapy dog, and just last week we did retake the exam. So we're good to go for another 2 years working therapy. Thank you.
That's awesome. Congrats. And you said you pronounced your name Ugnė, is that correct?
Ugnė, yes.
Ugnė. Okay. All right. I looked it up beforehand, but the internet failed me.
Oh,
I apologize for saying it incorrectly.
no problem.
Awesome. Well, how did you first find out about therapy dogs?
Well, when I took Kuna from the shelter, I started working with her because she was a reactive dog. She did react to other dogs, so it was a lot of work to do with her. Actually, my cousin, she was studying social work in healthcare institutions. And she told me, there are people who are bringing dogs to the hospitals. When she saw how Kuna is engaging with her, like if she throws the ball, she just brings it back. She's very interested with playing with people. And she was like, maybe you should try looking into it because Kuna is a very calm dog and she looks like she would be a great fit. I was doubting for a moment, as I said, about the reactiveness to other dogs. But at some point, I did contact the trainer who basically prepared all of the therapy dogs we had in Lithuania so far. And we went and checked. Also, I was doubtful because she's a mixed breed and I don't know all of her characteristics, how she will behave in some situations. I thought maybe it's not a Labrador who loves to be around people. Maybe she won't be as excited to be around people. I didn't know what it takes to become a therapy dog. But the first time we met the trainer, she was like, yeah, let's move on. We will work on the reactiveness. It's not a big issue in the therapy world. And that's how we started. Yeah.
That's great. That's really great. Are there a lot of therapy dogs in Lithuania? It's pretty common.
No, it's not common. Actually, now in the capital, I think we have maybe 7 dogs that are certified to be therapy dogs. And I know there is a separate association in another city, so I'm not sure how many dogs they have. But here in the capital, we only have maybe 7. And I'm not sure if everybody is actually working with the dogs.
Okay. Who did you certify through?
Well, there is a dog therapy association, which is a member of the Ohio organization, and they are following the rules of the international organization. They have the exam with the tasks. There are like 3 examinators that are watching the exam, how the dog behaves. It has the basic obedience tasks. It has tasks how the dog acts around a patient, also educational tasks. Everything is prepared. And it's very important that the dog goes through with the exam quite smoothly.
Yeah. What did you do to prepare for that exam?
We've been in training for more than 2 years. Well, actually, with the first exam last year, it was a year and a half. In our dog school, we had a therapy group so that the dogs were prepared for the exam. In the school, it's mostly the obedience tasks because the exam is, I think there are maybe 6 or 7 obedience tasks. It's like stay, kneel, reactiveness to like unexpected behaviors, meeting another person, walking with another dog. So it was basically working towards that. And most of the training was for her to socialize with other dogs in the group. That's what we were working on. And she actually still is reactive to other dogs, but on the exam, she did perfect. She didn't even budge to the other dog.
Yeah.
But whenever we're going anywhere, I always check if there's going to be another dog. Of course, she has some dogs that she's friends with and so she doesn't react to them. But if we don't know the dog, I would probably say, I think we won't be attending and we would flip the part.
Yeah. You have to advocate for your dog and know where she's going to be comfortable. That's awesome. What kind of places do you volunteer together?
We started at a school. It's more like a boarding school for kids with mental illnesses. The kids live there through the week and they only go home on the weekends. So we would be visiting them after school. We made really good friends with them. We went there for 3 months every week. And then my schedule was a bit mixing up and I couldn't go there anymore. We got some feedback from the teacher that the kids were acting more calm when they were meeting Kuna. And of course, they were really sad when they heard that we're not coming anymore. And it was a bit of a heartache for me as well to leave those kids, but everything has an end. And after that, we are working with the Lithuanian Kennel Club very closely, and they have an educational project under their hands. So we would go to schools, to kindergartens. We would have a presentation about safety around dogs, dogs in general, what the kids know about them. One of Kuna's tasks is to let the kids pet her in the correct way, to ask the owner if they can pet the dog, to smell their hand first, and then to pet her back or something she feels comfortable with. I was very surprised how much kids know these days about dogs, and I'm very happy about that. They already know what dogs cannot eat, how to come to a dog, and everybody knows that you have to ask the owner. It's no news to them, so we were very happy about that. We also went to the psychiatric hospital. We were meeting seniors and adults who were hospitalized there. And I was a bit nervous before going to the hospital and seeing adults because with kids, you can think of something to play or to talk about something. But after meeting them, they were also very interested in Kuna, in the training. They haven't even heard about the association in general. So it was very nice to talk about what we do and that actually a dog can come to a hospital and it should be more common in Lithuania. They were very happy and we had even tears. People would be missing their dogs. They would be hugging Kuna. It was very emotional, but I was happy to see that people are happy to have a dog in the hospital there.
Yeah.
I think that's about it for the moment. Since it's summer, the school is off. We're preparing for the retake, but on the volunteering side, we took a bit of a break now.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember seeing some really cool activities that you shared on your Instagram of some of the things that you do with Kuna as a therapy dog.
Yeah, so with the seniors, I made a labyrinth that the people would drag Kuna's snack through the labyrinth. And for them, the motivation is to take the snack to the end so they can give it to Kuna. That's mostly working on their career skills, even their memory. And that was a fun activity with them. Now, of course, not everybody willing to try. Somebody's shy, maybe they don't want to do it, even though it's not a very hard labyrinth, but not everyone wants to do it. With the kids, we would usually take hula hoop, which Kuna also knows how to jump over, and then the kids jump over. And it's a bit of a morning routine for their sports activities in the morning. So mostly we try to do something active with her, even though the meeting or the therapy session or the educational session can only be for maybe an hour. and only for like 15 minutes Kuna can be active in it. So for the first 15 minutes, I tried to do the session with Kuna.
Yeah.
And then after those 15 minutes, I tried to maybe talk with people, talk about their dogs, talk about what they know about dogs, what they want to know about dogs. Many adults ask me how to train, some tricks that Kuna knows. So it's more about Kuna being a listener instead of being for the whole hour active in the book. So she's not as tired as she could be.
Yeah. How long are your visits usually?
Well, as I said, it's never longer than an hour.
Okay.
And not more than 2 visits per day. I don't think that we have like, maybe it's only 2 days per week.
Yes. What does Kuna like to do to relax and have fun after a visit?
Well, the first thing we do is go to the park first. Loves playing with her ball, playing catch. So since it's her most fun activity, I try to do that with her. And well, basically, she always likes to sleep at home. Yeah.
How
So,
old did you say?
just 4. A lot of people are surprised by that because she doesn't seem to add her age. I'm happy about it.
I'm a 4-year-old who also likes to nap a lot.
That's okay. Relatable.
Yeah, definitely. It's good for them. Most dogs don't nap enough. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever it gets down, she knocks out. I used to take her to work as well. My previous office was a pet friendly place. At first, I was scared how she will be around because it's an open space. So maybe she will be bothering people or something. But whenever I sit down to work, she takes a nap.
That's great. Did anything surprise you when you were training her to become a therapy dog?
I think the most surprising thing in general with her was how fast she learns everything. Even when I took her back from the shelter, I think it was the second day, I started teaching her. So what do you start teaching from? Like sit, give your paw, lay down. And after 1 or 2 times showing, she's already doing this stuff. I thought maybe some volunteers at the shelter were already teaching her something on their free time. But I contacted the woman from the shelter and she's like, no, she didn't even know her name. She didn't know that she's Kuna. So what to talk about other chicks? And I was very surprised that she's so smart and how easy it was to train her. And actually, if it was only the tricks for the exam, I think she could have go to the exam after maybe 6 months. But it's for working more on her social skills, they took a bit longer for us.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Kuna?
I think that she's always there for me.
That's a good one.
She's always looking for me. She's always next to me. I remember somebody told me that somebody left their dog next to a market while they shopped for a little bit. And some people came and unleashed the dog. So the dog just took a turn and just ran away. If somebody did that to Kuna, she would go straight to the market and she wouldn't be looking for me. We have a very strong bond together and it's very special to me to have her around.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Is there a story that stands out to you from your time volunteering with her and it's just a good example of why you enjoy doing this work?
I mean, every session is beautiful in its own way. I think talking about the hospital maybe more, seeing people surprised that the dog is there and making them smile, showing them ticks, having those positive vibes from them. Talking about kids, for example, first graders, we come into the class and it's like dead silence. You can hear flies flying in the room and the teacher is like, I've never seen the kids so clean. And, everybody is really happy to see us coming. So that's a positive thing to look forward to.
I love that. Do you have any advice for someone who's wanting to start volunteering with their dog?
Go for it. I think I was also a bit doubtful at first because my background is nothing. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a social worker. I'm not a teacher. And I was saying to my trainer that, what am I doing after Kuna takes the exam? What will we do? Nobody will take us. Nobody will want somebody just random to come. But when you get the connections, if you have like an association in your town, I think if you join them, you will see that the requests to come are just coming in every day. Everybody is learning more and more about therapy dogs. And I think it's a very great way just to tell the story from the dog's perspective that you can teach the dog whatever you want. Just you need to have enough patience to do that. I think it's a bit different in the US because the dog has been family member for a longer time than here in Lithuania. It's only now that the people are taking the dogs inside more freely than they did before. And we still have the problem that the dogs are just putting on a leash and they're living outside with no freedom. And it's still a thing in Lithuania. So not every person in Lithuania knows that the dog can be taught this much and they can be as social as they can.
Yeah. I was just checking your account because I was trying to remember how to spell the name of it for the end, but I love that your profile says giving smiles to the ones who need it most. It's really beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to share while you're here?
Well, I think we already told our story and what we wanted to say. I think that's it from our side. I'm really happy that we had people joining and I'm saying hi to them. I see my friend. It was really nice to talk with you.
Yeah, there's been a few people that are definitely big fans of Kuna in the chat. So, I love it. And if people want to follow your journey and see some of those things that you share about therapy work in Lithuania, where can they find you?
Well, you can join us in our Instagram account, Kaniterapijos. Also, we have a dedicated page for the Dog Therapy Association in Lithuania. It's Kaniterapijos. And that's from the social media perspective.
Awesome. Thank you. And that's Kuniterapija, right? Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your adventures with Kuna and the work that you're doing there in Lithuania.
Thank you. It was really nice to meet you too.
That's nice to meet you. Have a great day.
Bye, you too.
Bye.